thing was to try to find the elders.
That's right.
Go seek out the old cats, see what they say, get as much information from them as you can, get that wisdom, get that knowledge, and if they say, yeah, okay, you got it,
right.
Then you're like, okay, now let me try to, we're always developing our own thing, but, we always look for guidance, we always look for kind of the older cats to show us the way. I don't know if that's quite the case anymore on a larger scale. Like everybody wants to have their own band, everybody wants to do their own music, everybody's recording their own thing, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I think it might take you a little more time to get to that level of mastery.
You have to put the work in.
Yeah, if you're just playing your own music, that's cool.
You have to put the work in, and I think the thing that it's funny we're doing this video, but the thing that the very essence of social media has changed a lot.
Yes, it has.
So maybe before me and you coming up, that wasn't the case. Like those masters were there for us,
right?
And we could reach out and touch them. And now, physically, we being able to contact with someone and talk to them and get their feelings on it, that doesn't exist. And even if it did, I think that the way things have progressed, people more likely to try and reach you through social media as opposed to coming to actually
going to the gig.
Yeah,
right,
come talk to me.
Right.
I can help you if I'm talking to you in the same room, and we have this contact, this one-on-one thing.
That's right.
Sometimes that I don't know if it's, and when we talk like this, people say, "Oh, this cat's old." It's not that we're old. It's just that was kind of a way of.
That's just
really
how we did it.
Yeah,
that's how we did it before cell phones existed.
Exactly.
So what do you say? Like I've heard some cats say this. Well, when you cats came up, y'all still had Ray, y'all still had Betty, you still had Art Blakey, you still have Freddie Hubbard. We don't have those cats anymore. So does that mean that? Look, when I moved to New York. Freddie Hubbard was basically the same age we are now.
That's right. Oh, wow.
Herbie Hancock was like the same age we are now. Now, not totally. Are not. I'm not making a parallel to their greatness, but I am making a parallel to their age and their experience. So like, if some 18 or 19 or even a 22, 23-year-old is like, the cats y'all had aren't around anymore. I'm like, yeah, but Terrence Blanchard is here. Branford is here. You're here.
Exactly.
James Carter's here. Benny Green is here. Jeff Keeser's here. I think there's probably this thing still stuck in everybody's head, like we're the young lions. So therefore,
we ain't been young lions.
We will never be like the cats. But look, I like to think that we know a heck of a lot more now than we did 30 years ago.
Of course, and I think it's funny because I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, a great drummer, Thomas Pridgeon.
Yeah.
Who used to always come to the Stanford Jazz Workshop and watch us. And he called me out, man. He said, "Yo, Hutch, you guys are the OGs. If you don't speak up now and really try and right the ship of what's going on, then who's going to do it?"
Yeah, you can't just sit around and complain. You got to try to,
And I think maybe we feel the older cats would pull out. They would pull out and wouldn't have a problem. I think maybe with our generation, we feel like it's like you don't want to be harsh on cats because we were more sympathetic. But the older cats were like, "Man, that's not gonna work.
Right.
So go and do it right."
Right.
And so I think that's the thing for me. I find myself now understanding what my young friend was saying and wanting to really be that person. But at the same time, I want people to experience the music for themselves also.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Hook me up, brother.
How do you tell, it's particularly in this generation, this current generation, how do you tell them they're not doing the right thing without them constantly sort of being offended? You're disrespecting me, don't you see what I'm doing? And like part of me wonders like, wow, like I remember some cat walked up to me at a master class and like he was livid because some younger musician had, I was doing this whole thing about transposing,
Yeah.
like playing songs in different keys.
Yeah.
And I was playing body and soul throughout the keys. And I went through my method of kind of learning the numerical progression.
Yeah.
And I said, who wants to try it? And some kid raised his hand. I said, yeah, come on up. So I said, I'm not going to tell you what key it is. I'm just going to start playing, and you come in when you hear it.
Yeah.
He came in wrong. That's cool. That's all right. No problem. Let's do it again. Cool. Played the second time. Came in wrong again. I was like, no problem. It's all good. Let's do it the third time. We played the third time, and he played it wrong the third time. I said, let's take it. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the changes. And he was fine, right? Yeah. He killed it. So he went back and sat down. After the master class was over, this cat walked up. He was like, that was horrible what you did. How dare you put that young man on the spot? I'm like, he volunteered. Yeah. Not only that, I made it very clear what I was doing. Yeah. You know, it's like, but you embarrassed. I was like, no, he didn't seem embarrassed. You know.
And what's wrong with being embarrassed?
That's my point. How many times have we been embarrassed?
Man, listen.
Now that was in a classroom, right? We was on stage, man. How many times did Betty Carter or Freddie Hubbard turn around and be like,
oh, the young boys.
What the are you doing?
You remember Betty be like, oh, those young pups.
Right.
Really? Young pups.
Man.
So then you understood what it was when she said that, like something wasn't right.
Right.
But at the same time, you took note. And you made sure you didn't make that same mistake.
That's right. That's right.
And you have to be willing to, so we always say, you have to be humble. And you have to be willing to take criticism. Even at this stage of the game that we've been doing this so long, we both are open to suggestions and ideas and criticism. That's the only way we can grow.
Right. That's
if you close yourself and you say, I know everything, I do not know everything. And like we just talked about, I'm still trying to learn.
Yeah. And
so every time I get a chance to play with you, my good friend Peter Martin, we got the piano here. Peter, I see you. Petey, little Pete, where you at? I see you here, right?
Yeah.
We have a good time, and we learn from each other. But we're all willing, and so that's the thing that we have to, I think, get across to the younger generation is that, A, it's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
B, it's okay to be criticized.
Yeah.
And C, it's really okay to want to swing.
Oh, man.
Like, that's not a lost art form. It's still here today.
Right. Right.
Example, what we just did. It's okay. We weren't playing in 5/9 with a bar 3, and then a bar 7/16 divided by 12, multiplied by the number of years you were on the earth. Okay, no, we weren't doing that. We were playing 4 times.
That's right.
It's okay to do that.